Got a nice little fire going here.
I know. Yeah, we had a good ride at Hatfield, McCoy, didn't we?
We did. All right, y'all. So, welcome to our camping excursion here. Melissa and I got back from Hatfield McCoy Trails not too long ago. Doing a little camping, hanging out, and just kind of reminiscing about the Hatfield McCoy Trail and the ride we had. We went there, initially we were going there to do the Braveheart Trail, and the morning we were leaving, they called us from Hatfield McCoy Trail and they said, hey, y'all ain't gonna believe this, because we had this set up for months that we were gonna go do this ride. And actually we were gonna see it before it was open to the public. It was like, hey, you're gonna go in there and check it out, and then, you know, but it opened to the public, and then they called and told us they were closing it. So then they were like, well, you know, we could probably let you in there to check it out. So one day we ended up going to Rock House. And then the next day we went to the Braveheart. So
I'm kind of glad we went to Rock House, though, because that was a really cool trail. It wasn't what I remembered it to be.
I have not been to Rock House, and I can't tell you how many years. And the last time I was there, it earned its name.
Yeah.
The Rock House. I mean, it was rocky. It was nice. It was really nice. And if you ride from Rock House to Man, which, you know, you can do that to get on the Braveheart Trail, but we didn't do that. We trailered over it. But man, it was nice. I was pretty impressed.
I know the trails were not like as rough as what I thought they'd be.
No, not at all. Not at all. And then, like, even the Braveheart Trail, what was some of your favorite things about the Braveheart Trail? And then I'll tell you something.
So some of my favorite parts was the overlooks. I felt like we were riding along a ridge line and you could see out over both sides as we were riding along. But that was a plus and a minus, though, because I didn't like getting so close to the sides. I can't imagine, I guess, passing somebody on some of those ledges.
Well, and that's one of those things. When you're going up and down some of those trailheads, and, you know, it gets a little sketchy on the side of that mountain there, because somebody's coming with a big old 72-inch wide machine, and then they put bigger wheels on it and got it even more, you know, now it's an 82 or 84-inch machine because they put big wheels on it. Coming up some of those trails is a little bit sketchy, especially when there's 3, 4, 5 of them in a row, and then you're trying to jostle around. So that's tricky. That's always the tricky part whenever you go to any trail system.
I definitely don't like being on the outside of the cliff either. Whenever I can look right down and see it there, that's not good.
No, Miss yelled at me every time I got close to the edge. She's like freaking out on me, which I think we might have some good camera footage of that. We did film quite a bit of the ride at Rock House and Braveheart, but we didn't do kind of our traditional, you know, get a lot of ride shots. We just really took it in. We kind of went at it as, okay, you know, if we're here trail riding just like everybody else, you know, what's the experience? And that's what we did.
We used the new camera that
the Max 360.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. I mean, because we weren't stopping, but you could see everywhere.
Yep. So the Max 360, you could see front, and then I, you know, can turn it around and you can see us in the cab of the X2 1000, which actually this was our maiden voyage for the Yamaha Wolverine X2 1000. Brand new machine, 2024. Just really kind of testing it and comparing it to the 850s that we had. We had 3 850s, the X2 850s, in our rental fleet probably a year and a half ago or so, and sold them last year, and just testing that out. So we were, you know, checking that machine out, and then we were also checking out the Braveheart. I think for me, man, the Braveheart was so scenic and smooth and beautiful, and I know a new trail system is going to be smooth, but man, I just think, like, we had some water crossings, there was a little waterfall. I think the woods kind of changed too, you know, like, you know, here in Middle Tennessee, you know, you got cedars, you got hardwoods, you've got all kind of dynamics that change. And I think on that trail system, you know, we came across some areas that had that really cool moss. The dynamics of that trail, how it changes. You had the moss, you had the rocks, you know, the just rock spires going along. And then, I don't really know much about this. We got video of it, took pictures of it, but I think it's like And y'all, I know you can go ahead and comment on this and tell us all about it, but like, are they like the coke ovens or something underneath the rocks,
Yeah,
the big
they look
holes?
like air shafts or something coming out from underneath the mountain. That was pretty cool.
And I know somebody's told us about that before, and we've heard all about it, but I just don't exactly remember all the details, so feel free to fill that in, because I don't remember all the details.
So we went in October, and the leaves were just incredible too. I mean, it was really pretty there. And then that one side of the mountain that we came up over, it was kind of like behind the sun, so it was really wet too.
And it had just rained the day before we were there, 2 days before we were there, and I didn't expect it to be wet and sloppy, and I had an offset on my X2 1000 that was just way too far out as a 5+2. I don't like that offset without running over fenders, and we got trashed. We got muddy, and we weren't into it for an hour or so, and Miss was like, this tire and wheel setup sucks, and that was my fault. Totally my fault. But, you know, we got through the weekend, and it was really cool. The thing about the Braveheart Trail that I thought was really cool, and we've done this before, but it's been a while, so I forgot what it was like. We went there, and we met the Hatfield McCoy folks, and they left us in the morning and locked the gate, and they said, we'll be back to pick you up at 4.
Thank you, brother. That's a serious gate.
So we have been granted access to the Braveheart Trail here. They closed it down for now, and we've been given the ability to come out here and check it out. So we're going to check out the Braveheart Trail today. Probably won't have any traffic. We're the only ones out here. So we're in there all day long, can't get out. So we get to the top of the mountain, and I'm like, daggone, I'm hungry. I'm going to get a snack. So I go to grab some snacks out of the trunk, out of the box of the Yamaha. I open it up, and I'm like, hey, baby, where's the snacks? She's like, oh, yeah, they're in that black bag there. And I'm like, this is it? This is all you brought? We didn't eat nothing. We just went right over there, jumped on in the trail about 9:30 in the morning, you know, and I'm like, we're not getting out of here till 4 o'clock, and you brought like 7.5 almonds and 2 granola bars. And I'm like, and I'm starving.
And the day before, I brought a lot of food though, didn't
Oh,
I?
the day before she had all kind of snacks because we had access to restaurants and all kind of cool stuff that we really didn't need all that food.
No,
but we're like,
I
hey,
know.
we're going in here and we're getting locked in. Like they literally shut the gate, locked us in, and said, see you at 4. And but you know what? Granola bar. I think my ration of almonds was 3.5, something like that. We survived. We're still here to tell about it.
Well, I was really excited to get over there though.
Well, no kidding, but
I know. I
snacks
wasn't
is a
even
major
thinking about
part.
the snacks.
Snacks is like a staple of off-roading.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you
I
don't take
know.
snacks, I just don't even think that, you know, you're off-roading.
Yeah.
You're hungry off-roading. You're starving.
Yeah.
But you know, we got done and we went down to Keith's restaurant, you know, and got something to eat there after we got out, you know, and it was all good. It was a really good day. It was a great time. It's been a while since we went to the Hatfield McCoy Trail, just us, and we just rode. Typically you go there, it's a lot of run and gun, it's a lot of production, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of meet and greet people, and you're busy the whole time, so you don't really get to take in the trail. So for us, it was kind of cool to go there and be like, okay, we're gonna stay in a cabin, and we stayed right along Main Street there in Gilbert. Main Street Lodging in Gilbert is the name of the company that has it, but they had the cabin was the name of the cabin. It was cool, you know. We really wanted to come back and make a fire and hang out, but I got to tell you, man, we were tired. The one night we ate there in Gilbert at the Mexican restaurant, and it was awesome. It was phenomenal. We came back, we were so full, and we were tired. We were like, you know what? We just watched Top Gun Maverick and chilled out.
Yeah, we did.
and we were like, oh my gosh, like we're tired. So we did that, and then, you know, we just kind of went to bed, and the next day we got up and went over and did the Braveheart Trail, and you know, it was just a really fun couple of days to be able to go there and get away. But the funny part is Miss and I are actually going to be grandparents here in a couple days. So we are on our way to Hatfield McCoy. We're 5 hours into like an 8-hour trip. Our daughter calls, Brianna. Most of you know who she is. You've seen her grow up on the show. And she's like, hey, how far away are you guys? And Miss starts going into, well, we're about, I said, hold up. I said, why? Because I thought like she was going into labor. And she goes, oh, no, it's good. I just want to know because, you know, if my water breaks and I go into labor, how long will it take you to get here? And I'm like, well, you know, it's going to take us a minute, but it's like 8 hours, but I'll be there in 5. I will get there if she's in labor. So she wasn't in labor, and everything's cool, but here in a couple days we are going to have a grandbaby. So Blair, she is her name, and
Gonna have a baby girl.
we're going to spoil the heck out of this child, get her on side by side, take her on trips, and we're going to be the best Mimi and G-Paw ever. So I know a lot of you guys that watch us are grandparents, and they tell us it's great because you can give them back, which I'm really looking forward to that, giving them like a 5-hour energy and a pack of markers and just go home and draw on your mom and dad's walls. I mean, I got so much to make up for from Bree growing up, and all the kids, you know. If it wasn't broke, it wasn't ours. We're excited about that, to be grandparents, but that was kind of a shocker. 5 hours into the trip, Bree calling and saying, how far away are you guys? And
I really don't think you could have been there in 5 hours. Some of those roads going down through to Hatfield McCoy too. You even said like the last
Yep.
hour and a half is a long hour and a half to ride.
that last hour and a half's
Yeah.
a long one.
Yeah.
But I may not have had a trailer on the back till we got back to Tennessee. But I would have got here in 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there would have been a trailer with a new X2 1000 sitting along the highway somewhere because we would have been hauling. We would have been hauling the mail.
Yeah.
But I don't know, you know, just one of those crazy
It's
side
funny.
stories.
We were talking about a trip we did down there when we had our toy hauler and we got it stuck on the train tracks. And you were saying people are still commenting to you about that.
I'm at the trailhead at
Rock House.
Rock House.
Yeah.
And I'm walking back to the truck, and some guy's like, hey, man, I know who you are. I said, oh, yeah? He goes, oh, yeah, I know you. He said, I watch your stuff on YouTube. He said, you're the one that got stuck on the tracks. I'm like, yep, that's me. Just getting down through some of these windy West Virginia roads.
So, we've been traveling since about 6 a.m. this morning. We're about 6 miles out from the campground right now in North Fork.
And the toy hauler is sitting on the train tracks stuck.
In the pouring rain. We got the cops now.
Look at that.
We're stuck on the train track. So our biggest fear was a train coming, so we shut the train down. We got the police here. We got the fire rescue squad. There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah. This is crazy.
There's no guarantees when it's a train because it takes a long time to stop a train. And this lady comes running up, freaking out, screaming, the train's coming, the train's coming. And the guy with the fire department looked at me and said, hey, listen, we told him to shut it down, but if he starts hitting the whistle, we better get out of the way because he's going right through your Raptor.
Hold up.
So if you're coming into North Fork with a big rig, be careful with the train tracks.
You're gonna get stuck.
We got a little hung up. Had the whole town out there. Fire department, police, everybody. All the locals. Oh, we hung up on the tracks. Man, I tell you, that was a crazy situation, but it's just part of the adventure. And I know you all have adventures and you got stories that you could tell for days. And, you know, to us, honestly, that's the best part, you know, being able to get together with people and hang out and ride and hear their stories and kind of just go along with you on your adventure. And
That was quite an adventure, though. I was
that's an
scared
adventure.
on that adventure.
Yep.
The one on the way back through, we actually got caught on the train tracks again.
Yeah, they told us we could go ahead and go
Yeah.
out. They were like, yeah, you can go ahead and make it out. Don't worry about it. Just angle it and you'll be fine. That wasn't true.
Cannot even believe it. That was the closest we were to getting
I just barely got the ram off the tracks and the toy hauler, and this train come busting through. I mean, barely. And I said, man, that was awesome. Did you film that?
No.
She said, nope. I was too scared. I couldn't even turn the camera on. I was just so shook up. I'm like, oh, that was epic. And you didn't even film it.
It was scary, yeah, for sure. I wonder if they ever fix those train tracks.
I doubt it. They ain't fixing nothing. Not in North Fork.
Yeah.
You got to go around. Apparently there's a way around. But I went up the mountain, the sneaky like snake back thing. Yep, we did that. But yeah, so it's always an adventure when we go to Hatfield McCoy Trails. But we love it. Feel free to throw in your stories and tell us about your adventures, because man, that's what it's all about. Everybody telling stories, and at the end of the day, you know, you get together with your friends and you sit around by the fire, and you know, you have a few cold ones, and a lot of it's lies. A lot of it's just, oh man, I was awesome. I did this, I did that. And all your buddies are there like, no, you didn't. You got stuck. You did this. You laid it over. You rolled it. You know, you ran out of talent. So those kind of stories, you know, they never get old at the campfire when you're camping and riding.
What do you think about Hatfield McCoy? Is there an easy one to get into? They have 11 trail systems. I know. Like, well, with
Yeah.
Braveheart, it'll be 11 trail systems.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any that's really easy to get into? We've been to every single one of them.
Man, you can get into like Golden Blue Cabins. Man, main road's in, right off the main road, park, camp, jump out on the road there, ride it down to the trailhead. That's super easy. And there's a lot of amenities there, because a lot of times when you get in there to Hatfield McCoy, man, you're back in the middle of nowhere, and there's like no amenities. You got to drive 45 minutes down some windy roads to get something to eat. So
What trail system is right there, Golden Blue?
we
Yeah.
rode to Pocahontas, Pinnacle,
Yeah.
Warrior. The Warrior Trail that we rode to from
Uh-huh.
Golden Blue was an all-day deal.
Uh-huh.
That was a long day. Cool thing about Hatfield McCoy, and you get on their maps online and you can download the current map, because a lot of these, you know, map systems that are out there doesn't have the current trails that are open. They might be logging, mining, blasting. You never know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you got to go on the Hatfield McCoy trailsheaven.com website and download the current map, or they have the Onyx. You know, you can get that as mapping. So that's, you know, pretty good from what I hear. I've never used it. I know they've used it in the hunting industry for quite a while, and now they're using it in Hatfield McCoy Trails and some of the other off-road trails. So that's another good one. But yeah, you got to get the current map, because you never know what you're getting into on the Hatfield McCoy Trail. You can get yourself into trouble.
That one trail we went up, was it Rock House? We went up and that we looked down over, and they were mining and they had the fire going.
Yep. Rock
kind of
House, they
thing.
were mining, they were burning all that
Yeah.
timber. And I mean, you could just look around. It was just amazing, all the stuff, the earth they were moving, and the equipment and everything they were doing. And they still had the trail open. You just cruised right around, skirted the edge of it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this is my PSA. You know, we got up to the top of that mountain, beautiful overlook, and somebody threw a bunch of their trash down. And I got to tell you something, man. Nothing irritates me more when I'm out there riding is when I find people threw all their trash down, and it was just stupid, senseless stuff, like a tire slick bottle and some rags and a half a PBJ and a baggie and a Coke can. I mean, that, I can't even tell you how bad that irritates me, because we are given the opportunity to ride these trails, and the thing that gets them taken away is irresponsibility. People doing dumb stuff like littering, going off the trail, doing things they shouldn't be doing. I mean, we have an opportunity to ride trail systems that a lot of other people in the world are jealous of, and when people just take it for granted and they don't appreciate what they have, man, you just got to be responsible, appreciate the opportunities that we're given, and being able to go out there and ride. That's, man, that's a blessing. poker's on fire.
It is on fire. I think you need another piece of wood on there.
I think I do.
Want another piece?
Throw us another log on the fire, baby.
All right. I want to make some s'mores.
Yeah, we're gonna make some s'mores here.
That so
is there anything else about the Braveheart that really tickled your fancy? And what could you see people? I mean, right now it's about 40 couple miles. It's going to be 70 to 80 miles when it's at its completion. Which I don't know if they're going to have that many miles on there in the spring of 24 when they're looking to open it. There's going to be 70 to 80 miles on that trail at completion.
I really liked how smooth the trails were, and I know they're not going to be smooth
Well,
for long. Once
but then
everybody
again,
gets
look
in
at
there.
Rock House.
I know. I can't even believe how they maintain those trails down there.
Rock House was
Like-
smooth.
As many people that are on those trails, and those trails are smooth. Like, they're just maintained. You don't have big ruts, and I mean, the ones that are more difficult, and I feel like their rating system is more how steep the trails are, or rocky, that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
And the majority of that Braveheart Trail system was easy.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
an easy trail, and
We even did the hardest, like the
Yeah.
black trails.
Yeah.
And they weren't.
it was not hard at all.
It was really kind of steep, more than anything. It wasn't like, hey, this is crazy off camber, rocky. It was just steep. I think, and that's why they made it like, black trail.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure once more people ride on it and it rains, it'll probably rut out a little more and become a most difficult trail.
Yeah.
But I really like their trail system, like the markings too.
Mhm.
Like I carried a map with us, and we were able to see, okay, that's a blue trail, and it's going to lead where it's going to lead and how it's going to circle back around, so we can kind of plan out our day when we did it.
Yeah.
Which was real nice. We tried to hit as many of the trails over there that we could, and we pretty much got through probably 30 miles of them, 30 of the 40 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that big rock formation that we stopped at. The one up there at the top, I thought that was really cool. There was just some neat overlooks, and that smoke is getting too
Ooh,
good.
that smoke's killing me right now, folks. I'm getting smoke inhalation. And I'm sorry if we got a little bit too much smoke for the camera, so you're going to have to see us through the smoke. I mean, you know what? This is keeping it real, baby.
Yeah,
Miss
it
and I
is.
are just including y'all in our campfire, and we are sitting here keeping it real.
Yeah.
We just were like, you know what? Let's do something that we haven't done. Like, I can't even remember the last time we've ever done anything like this, where we just sat down by the fire and chilled out and talked, and just was like, hey, here's what we did. And it's a relaxed atmosphere. This is about as grassroots as it gets right here.
Yeah.
Hope y'all are enjoying it. I'm glad you're along for the ride, and we appreciate you watching us and hanging out with us for years and years and years, and all the stuff we did on television for 20 years. And I mean, yeah, we've slowed down a little bit. Miss and I got a little bit older. We got another couple businesses that we're running. So we're running wide open.
Yeah.
We do what we can, but we got a few more trips up our sleeves and a
Oh,
few
we
more
do.
things we're going to be doing.
We enjoy it too.
Yeah, I mean, we enjoy it, and we're kind of looking at it a little bit different now. Maybe not so production oriented. We don't really, the world's changed. Everything from television days, social media has changed everything. And I think it's kind of changed the way we bring in entertainment and the way we look at things. And this video is probably too long for most people's attention spans. You want to follow us and you want to watch it and see what we do, that's cool. And right now we are getting smoked out.
Smoked out.
I want my poker catching fire.
How about where it was located? I felt like going over to the Rock House Trail, when we went over, it was not too far from Gilbert. I liked the Braveheart Trail. It was pretty close to Gilbert.
We trailered over there 20, 25 minutes, unloaded, got our deal done. But you could ride over, and that's a pretty good ride from Gilbert to the trailhead over there in Man to Rock House. And then you can jump on Braveheart. It would be a long day, but you could do it. You could ride over there, have lunch, ride Braveheart, or most of it, and then probably ride back, I would imagine. But you'd be moving. You'd be humping. It'd be a big day.
What was your favorite part of Braveheart?
I really liked how scenic it was, and
Yeah.
and actually somebody commented on my Facebook post that I did And he said he lives, the trailhead's right across from his house. And I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. But anyhow, he was like, I've ridden there for years. So there's already trails there.
Yeah.
And he said, I've ridden there for years, and the beauty, that trail is so beautiful, so scenic. And I think that's a big thing is being scenic. And we commented when we were riding around some of we'd come around a corner and we'd be like, oh man, look at this. Like, there's an overlook. Like, you can see for a long way, because some of the other trail systems, you're basically in canopy the whole time. But this, it felt like we could see, you know, a lot more. And the leaves aren't even off the trees yet.
Yeah.
But I like the diversity of it. I like the scenery. I like the fact that we had a couple water crossings, little waterfall action. I just think it was pretty cool. A lot of rock spires. Yeah. And being there in October really helped out, because the time of the year, it was beautiful. We love going there when the leaves change. Like, that's priceless.
They teased us a little bit. They told us that they've seen bear in the area, so the whole time we were over there, we were looking for bear, but we didn't see any bear.
Oh, Miss was looking for bear, and I was looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We didn't see either one. But they said there was bear in the area.
Yeah.
And, you know, we saw bear the last time we went to Hatfield McCoy Trail, but this time we didn't see any bear.
Yeah.
So probably because we didn't have no snacks. You know, we didn't have nothing for Yogi. No picnic basket. Like, there wasn't enough almonds for the bears and for us, and a granola bar.
I like that Rock House trailhead too.
Yeah.
You know, I like how big it was, and how they have the signs up there for people to get their pictures. You could buy apparel there, and they had restrooms. Like, to a lady,
key.
that's important.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ladies don't all like to use the toiletries. Like, and if you're a dude and you hit the Mexican joint the night before, maybe that next day it ain't so good for you. So you gotta, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do before you get out on the trail, because it's a long day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So having the restrooms there was a big plus. All right, y'all, I'm sorry we had to take a break. We had to get the fire going and get away from some smoke. I had to turn, we got some lights out here, you know, so you can kind of see us. I had to turn them down a little bit. I felt like a lizard in a cage. So we turned them down, and here we are. So
You're just keeping it real, aren't you?
hey, you know what? Anymore nowadays, the whole production thing and how things are done, you know, we're just keeping it real. We're going to make some s'mores, and we're going to have y'all join us to make some s'mores.
Yippers. Yeah.
We might even mess around and go live.
Oh, no, we're not. You can forget that.
Okay, we ain't doing that.
Oh,
We ain't going live.
No.
Miss is clearly not knowing how to make a s'more.
I'm not. I wish you'd do this for me. You think I'm going to light it a fire?
Yep, absolutely. Zero patience right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I like to get it done quick.
She wants everything done yesterday, so that means she's going right to the flame. She's not holding it over the coals.
I should do it down
and
there.
And rotisserie chicken style,
Well, it's hot.
that marshmallow.
It's hot. Okay, you show me how to do it there. It looks like it's getting done.
Oh, it's getting done all right.
Okay, you're the master at it though.
Let's get some hot coals over.
How about I just take care of the graham cracker and the chocolate? That's my part of it, okay?
Yep.
You are the master s'more maker.
Them coals are hot now.
I love this time of the year.
This is the absolute, I'm speechless. It's my favorite time of the year. I love it. I mean, hunting season, and I'm a big hunter, and probably won't get a chance to hunt a lot this year, but I love it. When I do get out there, I really appreciate it.
Why aren't you going to get a chance to hunt this year?
Man, we are so busy. We are like slammed. We got a new grandbaby coming. We got a couple businesses we're running. I mean, there's a lot going on, you know? But I'll get a little time out.
I see what you're doing there.
Oh!
It's like a crock pot, isn't it?
Yeah, baby. You gotta have patience. Gotta have patience, you know what I'm saying? All you old timers out there, you know what I'm talking about. All you young bucks, you're like, oh yeah, burn it. Burn it, baby.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You gotta have
wow.
patience.
Wow.
You gotta have patience.
That
Look
looks
at that. That's a pretty
yummy.
good one right there.
Oh yeah, that
Look
looks
at
really
melted.
yummy. Oh,
none,
God.
none on the
I mean,
skewer
it
fork.
looks really
thing.
good. That's a good s'more.
That's a good one. She likes it a little burnt too.
Yeah, I
so
do
I mean,
like a little
I made
burnt.
I made it a little crispy, but I didn't make it too crispy. That's the whole thing about making a s'more. You got to know when is enough. When is the limit of making a s'more?
It's good stuff.
Yep, good stuff. But anyhow, y'all, we just wanted to stop and chat with you for a while and do a video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think. Unless you thought it sucked, you can just keep that to yourself. But, we'd really like to know what y'all thought. And if you enjoyed this, maybe we'll do more of it. And if you didn't, well, then we won't do any more at all. We just thought we'd include y'all in a little bit of personal time and camping and getting back from Hatfield, McCoy and riding and, doing some campfire BSing. So, appreciate y'all for joining us. Thanks a lot, y'all.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Do I have it all over my face?
Nope,
Okay.
not at all.